So guys, welcome back to another video. This is another baseball reaction, and the title of the video is Aaron Boone's Game 7 walk-off home run deserves a deep rewind. Yankees, Red Sox, ALCS 2003. And I'm going to try and make sure to read the description like from now on, because I think it could help with context. So, in 2003, Aaron Boone became a Yankee legend despite never playing a full season with the team. His walk-off home run in Game 7 ALCS sent Yankees to the World Series and the Red Sox home. Okay, so it was a big, big moment. But sometimes it's the little things that happen. So let's take a look into the things that are possible. Okay, so this is I know this is gonna be an insane video. I love these SB Nation baseball, like sort of statistical maybe not even statistical, just in-depth looks. Like they look at the most random things, but and you'd think, oh, it doesn't really make sense to the video, but then it actually doesn't. It's just like he links all these things together. I really enjoy these videos. So yo, let's get into this, man. SB Nation. I appreciate the suggestions from Discord, of course. Like my videos now, I really enjoy the fact that I can look just through Discord and people just suggest them, and it's a lot easier. And also, just quickly, my Twitch is in the description. Once this is posted, I think I might be streaming when this video is up. So if you're interested in that, join the stream and interact with me. I'd love that. But obviously, watch this video first. You know what I mean? Watch this video first. But let's get into this, man. Let's see what this has to offer.
It's Thursday, October 16th, 2003. Game 7 of the ALCS. The Boston Red Sox are facing...
Well, I find it really interesting. People, I think in all American sports that involve playoffs, Game 7 is the most important game. It's always because obviously it's 3-3 at that point. Because to get to Game 7, you have to be... It's going to be they're going to be tied at that point in time. So I find it very I like the sort of context. I now know that Game 7 is always the most high pressure situation in American sports, like playoffs, and I really like that.
The New York Yankees in the Bronx with a trip to the World Series on the line. It's the bottom of the 11th inning, tied 5-5. Aaron Boone is at the plate, and a page in the baseball history books is about to be written. But that's a lot to unpack, so let's unpack it. It's time to rewind. The Yankees entered the postseason with the best record in the American League, and showed why by making quick work of the Minnesota Twins in the ALDS, winning 3 straight after dropping the first game. The Red Sox, on the other hand, entered the postseason as the wild card and did not make things easy on themselves. They needed to claw back from the brink of elimination, down 2-0 against the A's. But they did, and here they are in a tug-of-war with the evil empire, one yank away from the World Series. Thanks in part to the efforts of this man, Tim Wakefield. Wakefield has won both of his starts this series, including a pivotal Game 1 in New York. And he did it facing the Moose, Mike Mussina, who finished the regular season with a top 10 ERA in the AL, as well as the best ERA on the Yankees. And after allowing only 7 hits in 13 innings those starts, Wakefield was called upon in the bottom of the 10th here in Game 7. And his 1-2-3 inning kept the Sox in it, which led us here to the 11th, where his first batter of the inning is this guy, Aaron Boone. Boone is 2 of 16 this series and was hitless in both of Wakefield's starts.
Oh, so
it's also his first at-bat this game. But why? Well, the starter for this game was this guy, Enrique Wilson, whose errant throw in the second padded the Red Sox lead instead of ending the inning. So why is he here in place of the typical starting third baseman Aaron Boone? Let's start with the long answer. Wilson, who is from the Dominican Republic, was a member of the 2001 Yankees who made it to the World Series in the wake of 9/11. He had planned to go home once the series was done, but wanted to be in New York for a possible ticker tape parade. But the Yankees lost, so no parade, and Wilson changed his plans and flew home earlier. The plane he originally planned to take back to the Dominican Republic...
Oh my god. Yo, man. What's the word? How things pan out in them sort of situations, them scenarios. Bro, that is insane.
Crashed shortly after takeoff, killing everyone on board. So that's the deeper reason of why he's here today, but why is he
Man. Then few seconds could have changed his life, or obviously for the worst, his family's life and the sport, I guess. That's crazy. Them sort of coincidences blow my mind, man.
Because for some reason, he can hit this guy really well. Game 7 starting pitcher, Pedro Martinez. Going 7 for 8 this season and 10 for 20 for his career against Martinez entering the playoffs, Wilson started this game and Game 3, Pedro's first start in the series. This was a marquee matchup between future Hall of Famer Pedro Martinez and ex-Red Sox should-be future Hall of Famer Roger Clemens. But Game 3 is not remembered for a matchup between 2 of the greatest pitchers to ever throw a baseball. It's remembered for this moment, when Pedro threw 72-year-old Yankees bench coach Don Zimmer to the ground by his head.
72.
Oh my goodness.
This mess started in the top of the 4th inning when Martinez beamed Karim Garcia in the back. They exchanged pleasantries, and the following play, Garcia was forced out at second, but slid hard into second baseman Todd Walker, reigniting the tension. After more pleasantries were exchanged, Martinez gestured to the Yankees bench. The umps calmed everyone down, but people were pissed. In the bottom half of the inning, Clemens threw a pitch close to Manny Ramirez's head, and that was it. It was time for a good old-fashioned bench-clearing brawl. Until this point, when Zimmer decided to charge Pedro, 40 years his junior. And much like a food fight when the principal gets hit with mashed potatoes, everyone stopped fighting. They got Zimmer back to the dugout, Fenway cut off beer sales for the rest of the game, and play continued.
God, to even do that, they must have been so damn heated, because I mean, 72-year-old, that's kind of mad. I mean, in the moment you may make the mistake, but that must have been very, very, very frowned upon from the whole of the baseball sort of community when that happened, because that's kind of mad.
Yankees would have the last laugh that night, taking a 2-1 series lead with a 4-3 win.
Okay.
Pedro's 4 runs given up was the most he had ever allowed in a postseason start up to that point. So a rematch of this highly emotional Game 3 pitching matchup is the first Game 7 in MLB history that pitted 2 Cy Young Award winners against each other. And it brings us here to a deadlock in the 11th inning, into the night, past the stroke of midnight.
Wow.
It must have been one hell of a pitcher's duel, right? Well, let's go back to that 2nd inning, before Wilson's error, with 1 out and 1 man on. Trot Nixon's at the plate, whose walk-off home run in Game 3 of the ALDS kept Boston's postseason alive. And
all these little incidents led to this moment. And I love these videos so much, because you wouldn't be able to understand how insane this was. But now he's linking all these things up. This is why I love these deep rewind videos. They're so fun.
Home run coupled with Wilson's error gave the Red Sox a 3-0 lead. Fast forward to the top of the 4th, 41-year-old Clemens, on the cusp of retirement, headed back out with hopes of getting a better handle on this game. His first batter of the inning was Kevin Millar, who was claimed off of waivers by the Red Sox in February, while he was in the midst of contract negotiations with a team in Japan.
Oh, wow.
And here he is batting in Game 7. The first pitch.
Each fresh. Millar hits one to left field.
He has cracked that.
Into the corner, up and out.
Clemens then walked Trot Nixon and gave up a single to Bill Miller. And that was it. The world may have seen the last pitch thrown by Roger Clemens.
Man, that's not a
with
good way
no
to
outs, runners on 1st and 3rd, down 4-0, Yankees manager Joe Torre went to the bullpen. In came Mike Mussina, who lost both his starts against this guy, Tim Wakefield. He also hasn't won a postseason start since Game 2 of the 2001 ALCS. Oh, and this is the first relief appearance of his career. But Torre knows Mussina excels at getting hitters to hit into a double play, so he rolled the dice. Mussina struck out Jason Varitek, and then...
To the shortstop, Jeter. Steps and fires.
I heard Jeter.
To start the bottom of the 5th, Martinez faced Jason Giambi, who was dropped to 7th in the lineup for this game after falling into a slump. And...
Red Sox, as this ball is hit high and deep to right center, off the bat of Giambi.
Oh, man.
It's a 3-run game.
He put the Yankees on the board. And then, in the bottom of the 7th, he did it again. Consider the slump over. But the Red Sox got one back when David Ortiz hit a shot off of another starter on relief duty, David Wells. The Yankees entered the bottom of the 8th down 5-2, and the dread of losing a Game 7 to Boston of all teams began to creep up on the fans in the stands. But then Red Sox manager Grady Little made a decision that became a talking point for years to come. He sent Pedro Martinez back out for the 8th. Martinez had been struggling with effectiveness once he reached the 100-pitch marker, but Little believed in his Hall of Famer. Derek Jeter hit a 1-out double, and Martinez's 115th pitch of the game was a single by Bernie Williams that brought Jeter home. The lead was cut to 2, and Grady headed back out to the mound. With pitchers in the bullpen like Mike Timlin, who gave up only 1 hit the entire postseason, surely it was time to make a change. 5 innings after we saw Clemens exit. But again, Grady stuck with his Hall of Famer. A ground rule double by Hideki Matsui brought up Jorge Posada with the tying runs on 2nd and 3rd.
Oh my god. I thought that was going to go miles.
The base running of Matsui. He comes home. Nobody covers second.
With the game tied 5-5,
They
Pedro
came
was
back,
finally
bro.
taken out.
From 4-0
His
down,
5 runs
or
given up
4-0
are the
down.
most he ever gave up in a postseason start. And then, in a series of chess moves, Alan Embry was brought in to deal with Giambi.
Damon comes on for the second out of the inning.
Then Timlin was brought in to deal with Wilson. But Torrey then decided to bring in the power-hitting Ruben Sierra as a pinch hitter. He was intentionally walked, and since Sierra is slow and can't play third, they brought in a pinch runner, Aaron Boone. Boone joined the Yankees via trade at the deadline this season. He came over from the Reds on July 31st, 3 days after Cincinnati fired their manager and Aaron's father, Bob Boone. Aaron voiced his frustration with the club following the firing of his father and was subsequently dealt to the Yankees, who jumped at the opportunity to add the all-star third baseman. Timlin got the Sox out of the inning without further harm done. In the top of the ninth, the Yankees turned to their closer, Mariano Rivera, who puts in 3 innings of work, matching both Clemens and Mussina, and it's the first time he's pitched 3 full innings since 1996 as the setup man for John Wetland. His 2 hits allowed countered Timlin and Wakefield's 0 hits to bring us here, the bottom of the 11th inning. Score still tied 5-5.
Oh, this
Tim
comeback
Wakefield back on the mound for his second inning of work.
Before I just see this, because I think the Yankees are gonna win. From seeing the Derek Jeter video, his beef with, I forgot who it was with, but I remember that him winning a championship in 2003, I think. But I like how he's like the fans, like they were 4-0 down or 4-0 down and then 5-2 down, and like the fans, man, like how he explained how the fans are sort of like fearing the worst basically, and now we're possibly about to see the comeback. Man, the relief in these like the relief and the cheers that I'm about to expect are going to be absolutely insane, man. If that's what's
Guest announcer and 4-time Gold Glove winner Brett Boone is looking on as his little brother Aaron Boone enters the batter's box for his first plate appearance of the game. And here we are. Welcome to a moment in history.
Leading by 3 as Boone.
Oh my days! What a way to end it! Oh, look at the fans, man.
The Yankees.
Oh, that is. I got to watch that again.
Enters the
this
batter's
whole thing
box
again,
for
man.
his first
That is so
game.
sick.
And here
I knew
we
the
are.
fans were going to go wild.
Welcome to a moment in history.
Leading by 3 as Boone.
What a way to end it, man.
That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, a hero in Game 7.
Baby. And from what I remember, I think they won in 2003. I might be wrong when they reached the World Series.
The Yankees went on to lose the World Series to the Marlins.
Oh, I was wrong.
And then in 2004,
I remember that. They came back the next year and won it.
they blew a 3-0 series lead to the Red Sox, who went on to
Oh, they didn't? Okay, I
win the World Series, break the curse of the Bambino, and ruin my damn life. Like and subscribe.
I don't know why. Now, when did the Yankees... Why is it in space? Win the World Series. 2009? Oh, so didn't Derek Jeter have to move then in that case to get the championship? Or was he there? I can't remember now. I remember seeing the video, but I can't remember the context now. But this is a banger of a video, man. And even after this, they didn't win, but still, to have this moment must be such a sort of thing. And it's one of those things that would be lost in history if it wasn't for videos like this. But you see this, and it's just like, man, thank God for these kind of videos, because it's intriguing to see. Can we talk about Chobot calling the game like he's in the library? The amount of talented players involved in this game is mind-boggling. This has become my favourite series of all time. Yeah, this series is very, very interesting, man. I really, really enjoy it. Dare I say it, Rewind is pretty good, 100%, man. Please do Derek Freeze. I think I did the Derek Freeze one, didn't I? I think I did. I may be wrong. I think I did that. Or it's one that's been suggested that I'm going to do soon. But yo, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, man. Once again, these kinds of videos are really, really intriguing for someone who's just wanting to learn the most random things from the history of the sport. Because it's just interesting to see these kinds of random games that, again, would be lost in history if it wasn't for videos like this. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. And until next time, like, subscribe.